adopt you. I will adopt you. I will adopt you. I will adopt you.
Hey everybody, we're back here in our tropical interview room. May's back.
It's been a great start so far. For those who have just joined us, you have just missed Thailand, Sweden, USA East, Romania, Singapore, and Taiwan. And it was a really strong start to the day. Right, so who do we have next?
Next, first up after lunch, everyone's just coming back now. We have Israel, then we have Japan, France, Denmark, and then finishing off this round is Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying the live stream. We've got a few different angles. We've got the bar, the holding room, and yeah, we're
The main stage, basically.
And the main stage, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget the main stage.
The main stage where it's all happening. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with our next bartender.
Cool. See you then.
Nailed it.
Woo!
My Goodwill cocktail was inspired by the Airmail cocktail and is driven by a Bacardi history, inspired by a lifetime of charity, love, and the desire to spread goodwill.
We need ice.
An honor, a privilege, and a humbling experience to stand before you today alongside all the legends that came before me and will come after. This has been an amazing and an incredible journey for me. It's been a time of growth, experience, and greatest joy I could ever imagine, and I wouldn't give it back for all the world. My name is Guy Unger. I come from Israel, from La Otra Bar in Tel Aviv, and I've come to spread goodwill to you. You know, it's funny the way stories work. For while this is my story, it doesn't start with me. This story begins with Emilio Bacardi, Don Facundo's son, who inherited his company and his love for rum. But more importantly, he also inherited his passion and love and the familial values of La Gran Familia Bacardi. And for Emilio, his Gran Familia wasn't just his relatives. It wasn't just his friends. When he became mayor of Santiago, his family was greater than that. And when he became senator in Cuba, it was even greater. And his story, his legacy, is what inspired me to ask, what is my Gran Familia? And how can I support it and contribute to it the way he did? And I'm happy to say it has been an incredible ride, and that drove me to do goodwill workouts and try to inspire bartenders to live a more healthy life and take care of their well-being. I've been taking part in many charity events and donations through my guest shifts. And I've even organized charity events and been the main donor, both in alcohol content, services, and even of my own gainings. I'm so proud to say that the Goodwill has managed to donate over $1,000, and it's been one of the most amazing experiences of my life. And it's a time that honestly I have no words to describe. Well, apart from the 3 minutes I've already been talking, but other than that, I have no words to describe. And every day for me feels like a celebration. Speaking of celebrations, I think this is a very good time to introduce you to something that has become very close and very dear to my heart. That is the Goodwill cocktail. Now, the Goodwill cocktail, as you saw, begins with Granny Smith green apples, cubed and muddled in order to give a fresh, crisp, acidic flavor of fresh fruit that will start off as the basis for my cocktail. It continues with fresh lemon juice, 30 milliliters of sharp citric flavors will function as a main point of balance for the drink. 15 milliliters of homemade vanilla syrup, which is a flavor that's both nostalgic and a central part of the Bacardi Carta Blanca flavors. I'm getting to it. Don't rush me. Now, final touch before we get to the fun part. Stealthy, just the way I like it. A splash of cava will give the cocktail a bit of a uplifting and bubbly flavor that goes well with any celebration. And of course, let's not forget the queen of the round, Bacardi Carta Blanca. This crisp masterpiece of aged white rum will be basically the backbone of this whole cocktail, as all the flavors already placed within it are going to shine as they already exist within this rum. Now, dear friends and judges, I hope you'll excuse me, but we don't do things very quietly in Israel. So I hope you don't mind if I shake things up a little. Sandra, Thanos, Ran, I'm sorry I left early last night. I was a bit nervous, as you can expect. Yeah, and I haven't really met you very well, but I hope that this is a fine introduction to who I am and what the energies that I'm trying to bring forth to the world are. Again, this has been a journey of great knowledge and great change for me, as I discovered that there's so much this industry and I in it can do. And I hope that maybe I've started something that inspires other bartenders too, and that they will see that they have their own path to spread goodwill, to take care of the world. Dear judges, guests, and friends, I thank you for your time, and I hope maybe we'll be able to spread goodwill together in the future as well. Thank you very much.
Hey, everybody. So we're back here with Mr. Ian Bell.
Hello, Barney.
How are
Great
you?
to be here.
Thanks for joining us. You're here for the last 3 or 4 years now, doing health and well-being with the bartenders.
That's right. It's something that's very up and coming, but more important than ever.
Yeah. So what does that actually mean for you guys, like doing health and well-being?
It's important for everyone to understand that bartenders have a very hard working life, long hours, very unsociable. So now when the drinks industry is coming to such an amazing level of creativity and talent, we need to make sure these guys have a better balance point so they really are mentally fit as well as physically fit as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first year you did this, it was like kind of invited if you want to come.
Yeah.
Compulsory now, right?
That's right. Compulsory is the best way. Give them no option. They have to come. That's it.
So what kind of stuff are you doing with the bartenders this week?
We started with a great masterclass defining what wellness was. So a lot of people talk about wellness, but they don't actually know what it means. So I described the wellness wheel, and then I designed one for the bartenders specifically. So we looked at working patterns, we looked at sleep, looked at the importance of physical fitness, and of course nutrition as well.
Yeah.
And then each morning at 8:30 we have a very interesting exercise array of choices. First one we did was with very thick elastic bands. So we did posture, biomechanics and stretching. So very important for our bartender performance. Then this morning we did an amazing flow yoga, lots of breathing, lots of relaxation, lots of good chi. And then for the next 2 days, we have out in the grass in the chilly Amsterdam sun, we're going to do a CrossFit boxing circuit, which is going to be quite dynamic. And the last one's going to be Tai Chi out on the grass to probably club music.
Oh, club
Something,
music.
yeah.
so like our generation of music.
Yeah, well, my generation's different from yours.
I feel old this week. I feel old.
Wow.
So how have the bartenders approached it? Have they been super willing? Have you had a couple of bartenders dragging feet to your sessions? Or are they all super excited and keen to get into it?
Well, one of the best things and most unique things about BACARDÍ Legacy is the idea of family. And because the guys are feeling they're now in a family, then they're all joined. So the mentality is the same. We don't really compete at BACARDÍ Legacy. We actually encourage each other. So that doesn't just go for making amazing drinks. It also goes for doing exercise together and raising the awareness and the mindset required for wellness and fitness.
Yeah, so what are the things that bartenders are kind of commonly getting wrong with health and well-being and things? What's a good all-round rule for bartenders watching now to be healthy?
Well, have you got a spare hour?
Give me the small version.
The nuggets would be, first of all, I would say learn to meditate so that you get your mind nice and straight, and that allows you to control your behavior and your impulses. There's so many apps now, it just takes 4 or 5 minutes a day. I would also look at apps that you can exercise in your home, but also going on shift. Prepare for that as if you're going to go to the gym, eat the right food, hydrate, but when you arrive at the bar for the session, for a long shift till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, don't start drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Or don't have a couple of drinks, because when you finish the shift, your body needs to rest and unwind. But of course, you're the opposite. You're actually quite animated and energized, which you don't want.
Awesome. Ian, thank you very much for coming to talk to me.
Always a
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Barney.
guys.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our next bartender on stage.
This cocktail, Evolver, is named for all the evolvers out there. Those who want to be better than yesterday.
Sing it out, sing it out, sing it out. There's a part of me that's strong inside. Can't you see just how hard I've tried? I can't take the blame. You're not worth the shame. No, no. There's a part of me that's moving on. I've been waiting for you too long.
Here, are you ready?
Now this ship is sailing, 'cause this love is failing. And so it's time for me to live my
Your
life
time
without
starts
you.
now.
Okay. Anyone feel like a change? You know, evolution, evolving. Is there anyone you aspire to be like? For me, it's the man who created this rum, Don Facundo Bacardi, who in his teens emigrated to Cuba to then found a business and then create Bacardi, the world top rum. A legendary man. There's also another, the man who won BACARDÍ Legacy in 2012 and is now one of the most famous Japanese bartenders in the world, Shingo Gokan. He also moved at a young age to New York, becoming a bartender and attracting attention from all over the world. Isn't the way these two men lived incredibly cool? To be honest, more than aspiring to be like these men. I thought they were way out of my league. I never thought I could be as good as them. Since becoming a bartender, I've competed in many cocktail competitions. Always comparing myself to others. This guy's amazing. This one's got great taste. I wish I could do that. But I said to myself, man, you shouldn't be like that. I was told by words of the man who loved and was loved by rum, Ernest Hemingway. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. So, I can be better than I was yesterday. The path to greatness is paved with difficulties, but I can be better than I was yesterday. I want to change from the past me, the me who'd always compare himself to others. Change isn't easy, but I want to change. So I'm changing from today. I need to be fearless. To encourage others to take that step, I created this cocktail, Evolver. I'll start with martini bitter. With this delicious liqueur of bitter orange and herbs, I'm adding the sweetness and bitterness reminiscent of life. Next is Velvet Farina. With this spiced liqueur of ginger, cloves, and almonds, I'm adding the thrills and excitement that colors our lives. Then, fresh lemon juice for a healthy mind. If the mind is not fresh, you won't be able to feel the sweetness, bitterness, or excitement. Now the ingredient that gives inspiration and creativity, absinthe. Finally, the most important part of this cocktail, to be better than yesterday, to continually challenge the coming days. Bacardi Carta Blanca. By adding this defiant, life-challenging spirit, my cocktail, Evolver, is almost complete. It's delicious. Okay, guys, let's be better than yesterday. The name evolver refers to someone who is evolving, someone who has moved up from their former self. To garnish, orange peel. The gorgeous scent of orange is a symbol of a shining future, proof of evolution. A cocktail that shares the courage to be better than yesterday. This is Evolver. For all you Evolvers out there, here's to change.
Hi guys, we're back in the prep room. You can see our next set of competitors getting ready for the next round. I'm here with Belinda from Switzerland. How do you feel? What have you been up to? Tell us.
Well, at the moment, I think I'm still right.
Yeah?
Starting to get a bit nervous, but for the rest, it's okay. I still have an hour to go, so I don't want to get too nervous already now.
I mean, tell us about your drink. What are you prepping?
Well, I'm just kind of filling the things that I need into the small flasks. And yeah, I've got my drink with Bacardi Quattro.
Yep.
With Suze, which I infused with some dried pineapple.
Nice.
Some simple syrup, Peugeot bitters, and some fresh kaffir lime leaf.
Nice. I love kaffir lime leaf.
Yeah.
I entered like 8 years ago and I used kaffir lime leaf, but I'm sure your drink is probably better than mine.
Wouldn't bet on it, but...
Amazing.
Are we going to try your ones as well?
No, definitely not. You did not want to try my drink. So how's it been in the running up to this? I mean...
it's been a very long way for me.
Yeah?
Well, it actually wasn't so long from the distance, but long from the time, because I decided to do my tour, guest shift tour from Zurich to Amsterdam on my bicycle.
Oh, nice.
So it took me 3 weeks. It was around 900 kilometers and 9 guest shifts on the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bicycle, you're in the land of bicycle. Have you enjoyed your time in Amsterdam?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah?
It's great. I really like it.
It's such a pretty city.
And the people are so friendly here. And
oh my God. Well, to check out Amsterdam yourself, check out this video, guys.
Welcome to Amsterdam!
Amsterdam has so much to offer. Food, bars, you have the canals, you have the small streets.
There's something for everybody. I think with the sun out as well, it's the most beautiful city in the world. Riding the bike, you can go wherever you want to go. People really feel free on the bike. One of the typical Dutch snacks is the stroopwafel. Very hard to pronounce maybe. It's actually a biscuit with syrup inside. Something typical Dutch as well is kroketjes. Kroketjes are the ones that you can take out of the wall. Very crispy on the outside with meat and all other stuff on the inside.
My favorite bar is Bar for Joa. The drinks are amazing, but also it's really chilled out, really urban. Bar 27 is a really, really pretty and really good cocktail bar.
It's also the bar where the Legacy winner, Erik van Beek, works. The cocktails are amazing.
BACARDÍ Legacy has been around for so long, and now it's in our little city, Amsterdam. Super exciting. Get another drink?
I love another drink.
Whoop, whoop.
Taste the calling in the background. Mona thinks it's falling in. Mona thinks it's fall. Thinks it's fall.
All right, Gabrielle, you ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect. Your time starts now.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome in my world. My name is Gabriel, and I work at Calbar. That means the boxer short in France, in Paris. But today, I want to share with you about my story. Sorry, our story. I was born in south of France, in Provence, where cicadas quack on me since a very young age in the lavender fragrance. In Provence, you have wonderful tradition, but my favorite is the 13 dessert. The 13 dessert consists, you have 13 desserts in the table around the family at the most important dinner of the year, Christmas dinner. For pay tribute to this tradition, I create l'Isavi. L'Isavi? That means the ancestor in the Provençal dialect. In this table, I choose 5 desserts. My first dessert, it's honey. My second, it's a nuts. My first, it's a clementine. My first, it's a gingerbread. And my last, it's a cherries. For my first ingredient, I use Bacardi Quattro. Bacardi Quattro, sorry. It's my Spanish accent. Bacardi Quattro for the taste of honey, and for pay tribute to El Coco, that same of Lisavi. It's around the family. My second dessert, I use Fino Cherry Pepe for the taste of nuts and a little bit dry. In this table, I can see a small orange fruit. It's a clementine. And I decide to transform this clementine on a clementine bitters. In Provence, you have beautiful local products. But I have a small preference for red wine, Châteauneuf-du-Pape. And I decide to mix this Châteauneuf-du-Pape with gingerbread, my fourth dessert, for create a spicy red wine syrup. It's really simply to make it. Now, more ice. Ice tray. Thank you. As fresh our history, as fresh or it's as fresh for you, my ancestor, for never die into the time.
I'm cool. Don't mic you up.
That smell Christmas time. Love it. You too? I wish.
Okay.
Just like this. And same of cake, I finish with a sherry on Les Savis. This sherry, it's infused with a clementine and white wine. More air and little bit air. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my history. This is our tradition. This is for Les Savis. Thank you.
Gabrielle, come here. Well done. It's beautiful. I want Châteauneuf-du-Pape in all my...
Hey everybody, so we're here in the prep room and I found a sofa to have a chat with Global Brand Ambassador, Mr. Dickie Cullimore. Hello.
Hey buddy.
How are you? Yeah, microphone.
I should probably use the microphone.
How are you?
Fantastic. Great morning so far.
Nice. We've had the first 6, 7 now?
8 now.
8 now?
Yep.
How's it been?
Oh, pretty incredible. Every year you feel pretty good about what's happening on stage and what the bartenders are doing, but this year's a little bit different. Like, it's a really colourful group, super diverse, a little bit crazy, a hell of a lot of fun. It's, 8 down, 35 to go, so it's going to be a huge few days.
Some good fast maths there.
Yeah.
So you've, Eric was the current champion. You had the year with him. What's that been like?
Eric has got a lot of energy, a lot of passion, but he's super thoughtful. So when we were traveling, he really wanted to learn and he really wanted to sort of pick up as much as he can. And like the questions he asked were very, very clever, very, very insightful. And then seeing him as a bartender a year ago to where he is now, it's been a wonderful journey for him. But he's developed into this real leader and this sort of real future superstar of our industry.
Yeah, so I mean, for a lot of people that don't know what the prize is, can you explain a little bit what the winner of Bacardi Legacy gets?
It's the most asked question I get.
Yeah.
What is the prize if you win Bacardi Legacy? And the reality is we have to make it bespoke for the competitor because everyone has different motivations. They have different opportunities to travel. Eric is on an amazing working situation at Bar 27 here in Amsterdam. He has got incredible support from his team, which means that on top of that support means that he needs to actually be in this bar because, well, people need to see him. So it's a matter of balancing. We generally will try and get to something like Tales of the Cocktail or London Cocktail Week, BCB. I mean, there's some huge trade events which are really valuable and really great to go to. Also, obviously, going to a brand home. I mean, any excuse to go to Puerto Rico, right? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special. But yeah, we make it specifically for that winner, and we do it in consultation, and it makes every year very fresh for me, I tell you.
That's awesome. Hey, Dickie, thanks very much for taking time. I know you're a busy man.
Absolute pleasure.
Cool, man. Let's see what's going on stage.
African house. I'm gonna give you my African swagger. African swagger. Fingers, greedy fingers in the millipop. Fingers in mean weapon Zulu, your fingers up. Hiding in a jersey, bazooka, a big gun. Keep it diamond, 31st of a pig's mouth. Pink pay envelope, hungry with the money out. Fingers took it all like fingers can't even count. Fingers is a dead devil, rebel stunt driver. Burning the tire, mouth no saliva. Lost man survivor on top of your mom's drum. Dreaming to your mom and your sister, baby, get some. Lost man survivor on top of your pop's house. Screaming to your moms and your sister, come and get some.
All right, your time starts now.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody in attendance at home here in Amsterdam. My name is Niklas. I come from a little town called Copenhagen in Denmark. I'm here today to not only tell you about myself, but about what my legacy is. But for you to know my legacy, you need to know who I am. So in 2017, I became a father to a little girl called La Luna. That's my drink's name, but I drink a lot, sorry. But my girl's name is Luna, and she is in Italian. In Italy, Luna is the moon. She's kind of my guiding light when I'm going home at night. A little bit wavy, so I think it's befitting that I kind of call my drink for legacy La Luna. So obviously I had to use Bacardi Ocho, but a few things came beforehand. Researching what Bacardi kind of did when they first started, Don Facundo had a business partner called Jose Leon, which was Cuban French. So I opted for a little bit of Armagnac. So Armagnac is very salty from the southwest of France. And with that, you can kind of cross into the Spanish border. And we all know that Don Facundo had the love of Spanish wine. So I'm using Pedro Jimenez Sherry. Which leads me to the next ingredient, which is Bacardi Ocho. And the first recollection of alcohol that I have is my uncle's 1995 release of Bacardi Ocho, which was finished in a sherry cask. When I was 8 years old, I had a little sip of it, but I didn't really fully understand it until now, when my daughter is also born on the 8th of September, so everything kind of relates to Ocho. So we have Armagnac, we have PX Sherry, we have Bacardi 8, doubling up all the measures here. And having a family myself is kind of the most breathtaking thing a man could go through. You know, getting a kid, settling down, you know, not thinking about yourself. I'm pretty sure Don Facundo went through the same things, but if he didn't have a caring Amelia, his wife, if he didn't have that, I didn't think he would come through it. So behind every man is a caring woman. Benedictine has a lei-like shape on the bottle, so just finished it off with a little bit of Benedictine. And when I went to visit Puerto Rico and the distillery that Bacardi has there, there's a little placard that says caring, trust, passion, and excellence. And those are kind of the 4 things that I wanted to put into the drink. So the sherry being the excellence that the Spanish wine have. The passion is the Bacardi Ocho. And the trust is the Armagnac that Don Facundo Bacardi must have had to Jose Leon when he started his business. And of course, the caring touch of the mother of the family. To bind it all together, a little bit of salt solution, because of all the tears that they might have through all the hardships throughout what they went through. And that's pretty much it. So, stirring this drink up. So I know I wanted a bit of aroma on the drink because sherry kind of masks the floral notes of the rum. So I added a bit of absinthe because it also reminds me of the molasses. When you smell the molasses, it's very licoricey. So just on the nose. Delicious. And just to finish it off, we need a bit of lemon, stronger lemon. And when I've been traveling and doing guest shifts all over, I must admit I kind of stole a few things. So from the Bacardi distillery, I have their stamp of approval that they put on the bottles. So I'm just gonna seal my legacy and send it off to you. My drink La Luna, named after my daughter, and the ethos that Bacardi kind of embodies. Thank you.
Hi guys, so we are back in the cocktail bar here. I'm joined here by Timo, who is actually a local, owns a bar here, and was a former competitor of BACARDÍ Legacy Global Final. So tell us your story. Tell our lovely viewers here what's your story.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Timo Jansen, and I am owner of Flying Dutchman Cocktails here in Amsterdam. I'm a former Legacy finalist for the Netherlands, and actually, what Legacy has brought me, is the idea of reaching out to the community and learning from all of these other bartenders from all over the world. Just the way I'm learning it right now, as I'm tasting these drinks and learning their stories.
Amazing. Which year did you compete in?
I competed in 2011.
And 11.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So what's your story since? What's happened ever since?
Oh, it's it's a lot. Yeah, I am the owner of the bar show here in Holland, owner of the cocktail bar. Owner of the Amsterdam Cocktail Week. I have my own cocktail cherries. I do a difference guide. The Netherlands, I write as well.
Oh my God.
And I just, entrepreneurial spirit, and I think that's really what it teaches you here, that anything is possible if you're willing to grab it and if you're willing to try your best at this stage.
Amazing, that's the gem about Legacy. Like your journey finishes whenever you want it to finish, and you can see exactly what's just happened here with Timo's. Have you been following the journeys of some of our competitors this year?
A lot, I of course, I'm rooting for the Netherlands. The competitor right out behind me right now, I worked in the same bar as she is working right now.
Course,
so
yeah.
there's a lot of feelings there. However, I was just chatting to the Chinese competitor. I've been to China many times. I have a real feel with that as well. Russia. So it's really it's hard to root, and but it's really nice to see everybody's journey.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're now going to head to the next competitor, Puerto Rico.
Ritmo tropical is something that comes from within me. It is the spirit of the Caribbean that speaks through a certain tropical rhythm that can fill your heart with happiness and make you proud to be alive.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Hello to the judges. Thank you for all the people that have been working very hard to make this happen. My name is Nicole Faz. I come from Puerto Rico. I work in a beautiful, homey little restaurant bar called Azucena. It's just you can walk to the beach. It's very close to the beach. So I grew up in a small beachy town called Lajas, and I studied in a private school, a very strict school. I was raised by a single mother who is very strict as well. So you can imagine that becoming this queer and strange being that you see right now, it has been some of a journey. But despite of all of the things that has happened after I came out of the closet, I slept for many months in my car because I couldn't go back home. I believe that my place in the universe is a blessed place. So talking about blessings, what a blessing it is to be a bartender and be here. So, so let's start. Bacardi 4, it's our new featured rum. It represents the perfection of the weather of Puerto Rico. It also enhances this cocktail very nice with its vanilla notes and its oak notes. The perfect rum for a cocktail. Our next ingredient, Martini Bianco. Martini Bianco represents the sexy elegance of a lady behind the bar, and it also expands the body of this cocktail. There we go. So, Pichot bitters. Bitters remind us that bitter moments are needed in life to great ones to happen. And it also makes a chemical bond with our next ingredient, which is fresh pineapple, because of the anise flavor of the Pichot bitters. Lime juice. Lime juice represents union. Why? Because it's a universal ingredient. It can be found in many, many parts of the world. So it represents us together as La Gran Familia. And it also gives a tropical acidity to our cocktail. So, Ritmo Tropical. Ritmo Tropical is something that comes from within me. It's something that makes me very, very proud. Ritmo Tropical, it's basically the sounds of rum. So when you listen to a certain tropical rhythm, your body, what it does, it moves, right? It kind of feels like a tingling on your insides, and you feel proud to be alive. So I'm gonna shake now my cocktail. Ritmo Tropical. So through the Ritmo Tropical, I want people to have a little taste of that magnificent, pure joy that is the sounds of the Caribbean. I don't know if you guys know, but Puerto Rico was hit by a Category 5 hurricane a little bit less than 2 years ago, but Puerto Rico is open for business. Our people got up like champions, so who wants to come to Puerto Rico? And absinthe. Absinthe is going to give a little bit of aroma. It's also going to enhance the flavor of our pineapple. And it also represents that spice, that Puerto Rican spice, the spice of my people, that will be communicated through this cocktail for you. So basically, what I think is that rhythm unites. And if we unite with rhythm, we can overcome anything. Believe me, I spent 9 months without power, and I live in San Juan. So yes, we can overcome absolutely anything. Ritmo tropical, it's exactly the perfect expression that I want to give you.
25 seconds.
So, ritmo tropical, it moves me. Ritmo tropical is my legacy. Ritmo tropical, and the pride it awakens. Salud.
Hey everybody, we're here in the green room and we have Guy from Israel. Welcome.
True. Happy to be here.
Oh, thank you for joining us. You were up first after the break.
Yeah, so I was the first competitor after the break. Puerto Rico is probably rounding up now and finishing this section.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
How was it?
Wow, so exciting. I mean, you know, the pressure has been building for months on months, where each of us has his own idea and his own agenda and his own plan. And for me, it was truly an amazing experience, and it culminates now. So I was so excited to come on stage and to share that experience with everyone and with a lot of people who supported me. I mean, I've seen a lot of faces that hosted me in guest shifts and have helped me or shared my drink. So it was just, I was ecstatic.
That's awesome.
Ecstatic.
So you've been traveling around. Where's the best place you've been to go on your journey?
I gotta say, my best experience in a guest shift was in Cyprus, in Lost and Found.
Cool.
It was an amazing experience where it was like the first guest shift I had abroad, and I didn't know what to expect. And I just landed there to a couple of super organized guys and a lot of other competitors. And we're all just kind of young in the competition and excited and don't really know what to do. And the guys there just structured it so that we'd have a good time when we're doing our drinks and when we work at the bar, and then a good time afterwards and party. And I mean, that was like a taste of what it means to be a part of this Bacardi family.
Yeah.
And after that, I remember landing from the plane from Cyprus in Israel, where I was like, I don't know if this is a tough competition. I'm like, hell no, I'm getting to the finals. I got to have more of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was
awesome. Well, welcome. Welcome. Hope you have a really good week and good luck with the competition.
No, thank you very much.
Thanks, bro. Right, guys, we're going to go to a short break and then we'll be right back with the next round. Cheers. Thanks, bro.
Hi guys, welcome back. If you've just missed us, you've also missed it. Well, we just had Israel, Japan, France, Denmark, and we're here joined by the last of the last round, Puerto Rico. So this is Nicole here. Nicole, how has it been for you? I mean, I heard all the cheers in that room.
Wow, it was super exciting for me. It's amazing to be here representing Puerto Rico, which is right now the official house of Bacardi. It's been since 1936, then 1960, and I mean, it's something really, really amazing for me, and I really hope I make it to the finals.
I mean, I think you have a really strong chance. I mean, I have met Nicole a few times in Puerto Rico itself. The hope, like, I actually went to her bar, tried a drink. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
You are so feisty, and I know, like, you have such a huge following and huge support. How has that been for you?
Well, I got to be honest, before BACARDÍ Legacy started, I wasn't that big on social media. I mean, I had my following, but I posted like every 3 months or every 6 months. And this has taught me how important it is, you know, to promote yourself, promote your cocktails, promote what we do, our craft. So I can say I'm super excited and very grateful for people following me and being so loving.
That's brilliant. And that's the thing, you know, BACARDÍ Legacy is about creating that platform to make a name for yourself as well, which I think you've done such an amazing job at doing.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you, Nicole. So who do we have up next, Fanny?
Okay, so on our next round of bartenders, we are kicking off with Switzerland, followed by the Ukraine, Belarus, Austria, and then finishing up this round with Brazil. So sit tight, we'll be right back with our first bartender of this session. Awesome, thank you.
The first thing that attracted me to bartending was getting the opportunity to express oneself. I tried to be as creative as possible. I tried all kinds of things. Ended up at yogurt. Glad I stood by it because it panned out at the end.
It's so about inspiration. It can be a moment in your lifetime which is going to inspire you to create that new drink. My drink is quite easy to replicate. It has all the elements of the old-fashioned, a nice measure of Bacardi Ocho, a bit of dry sherry, a touch of Earl Grey syrup, and a bit of sherry vinegar.
Winning Legacy for me changed my life in a way that all of a sudden I am a person that people know.
Legacy did play a massive role. There's so much technique and so much knowledge in bartending.
Now I think I can do anything I set my mind to. Winning Legacy gives you that push in the back saying, hey, you can do this.
My BACARDÍ Legacy cocktail, Luchadora, stands for the strong and independent women of the world. It was inspired by the paintings of the great Spanish artist Pablo Picasso. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Belinda Klosterman and I am here today representing Switzerland. I have traveled from Zurich to Amsterdam, not by plane, not by train, and not by car. I have traveled 900 kilometers on my bicycle. Thank you. I was fully packed with luggage and I had 9 guest shifts on the way. But why did I do this? So let me tell you about my legacy, and then you will understand. Luchadora means woman with the will, courage, and determination to fight and resist. What to me are beautiful, strong, and unique women. Nevertheless, my story initiates with a man. I was inspired by the paintings of the marvelous Spanish artist Pablo Picasso. He was born and raised in Malaga, which is not too far from my own hometown, Altea. And as we all know, also Don Facundo Bacardí was originally a Spaniard. All 3 of us left Spain for good. Don Facundo Bacardí left to Cuba to create this marvelous rum. Picasso left to Paris to become one of the most outstanding artists that the world has ever seen. And me, I left to Switzerland to find my place behind the bar and to have the chance to present all of you today my legacy. In 1911, Picasso painted La Botella de Ron. That was just 1 year after Bacardi opened its first international bottling plant in Spain, our home country. In 1912, he painted Verre et Bouteille de Suze, representing the Parisian lifestyle of sitting in a cafe, smoking cigarettes and drinking. So doing some research about Picasso and his paintings, I realized that many of his most known artworks are actually portraits of the women in his life, his muses, his inspiration. Going deeper, I saw how amazing these women all were in their own way. There is a famous ballet dancer, a photographer, an artist, and the list goes on. So knowing this, I wanted to create a cocktail to honor these women, but that got me thinking, why only for them? Why not for every extraordinary woman? So my personal luchadora is my wonderful mother. She, as well as all these women, gave up many things for the man she loved. She left her home country, Switzerland, to follow my father to Spain for his job, just to end up by herself with 2 small children in a foreign country. But, as you can see, she did a fantastic job. So now, thank you very much. As we would say in Spanish, las manos a la masa, which means, let's get it on. Starting off with Suze, which I infused with some dried pineapple to give it this Caribbean fruitiness. A tiny bit of simple syrup to find the perfect balance. This bittersweet taste, representing here the strong and lovable character of a luchadora. Kaffir lime leaf for this very particular touch of freshness that makes every luchadora so unique. 2 dash of Peugeot bitters, representing the love and passion of a luchadora. And Bacardi Añejo 4. I chose Bacardi Añejo 4 for its deliciously smooth flavor profile with honey and vanilla notes. Bacardi Añejo 4 representing here the beauty and tenderness of a woman's soul. Thank you very much. So now that you all know my legacy, you can understand why I wanted to do this trip on my bicycle. I wanted to show the power and strength, not only physical, but also mental, that is inside of each and every one of us. Furthermore, I wanted to inspire and motivate other women to do what makes them happy.
45 seconds.
Because we have here now the chance to take our own decisions, to be whoever we want to be. Yes. So now, please, ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and make a toast to the luchadora in your life. Thank you.
Can we get a big round? Can we get a big round?
Hi guys, we're back in the cocktail room. You can see it's absolutely buzzing here because we're halfway through the day. I'm joined here by Eric. Eric, how does it feel to be on this side of the bar? You obviously was there like this time last year.
I must say it's quite relaxing actually. It's slightly weird because, I have to look at people and I know what they're going through. So it's exciting, seeing all these new faces, doing well. So yeah, it's cool.
Amazing, amazing. Do you have any hints and tips for up-and-coming competitors for this year?
Yeah, so the biggest tip that I can give you is to stay very confident but very true to yourself. Don't try to adapt yourself to you might think what people would like to hear.
Yeah.
Stick with your story, stick with your own personality, believe in your own brand, then you'll be okay.
Amazing, amazing. How does it feel to have all of these amazing guests from all over the world in your hometown?
Well, Amsterdam was buzzing, but it's on fire now with all these people. I'm enjoying it, meeting all these new faces and seeing old ones like yourself. Yeah, I'm just enjoying it.
It's really good for us to see you as well. It's great to hang out with Eric, and it's nice to be in a relaxed atmosphere this time. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, Eric. Stick around, guys. We'll be up next with our next guest.
Everything in our life revolves around rhythm. Every one of us is searching of our own unique and exciting beat. My cocktail celebrates this groove.
Hello, lovely people. Hello, dear judges, dear guests, bartenders, of course. I'm honored to salute you on this stage today. I'm both excited and glad to participate and represent my cocktail and my country for you today. So, 2 years ago, when I was taking part in the first BACARDÍ Legacy in Ukraine, I didn't fully understand what can I bring with my drink? Where will it lead me? And what can I create with the help of my cocktail? And then I asked myself, is it possible to move farther without feeling of our unique rhythm? Because all our lives goes hand in hand with rhythm. We all feel our inner and outcome impulses, and those impulses rule our vector of movement, feelings, and emotions. And we are constantly in search of our unique rhythm, but nevertheless, when it's come to common intentions, we all blend in one essential direction. For me, Groovy became a unique synergy that combined creative people from the different areas, DJ communities, lifestyle brand, and bartenders, of course. All those people united to break the limits and create something new under the tag, Big Groovy with BACARDÍ. And we really know, it's all of this would be impossible without BACARDÍ family, because it's a great example of controlling those rhythms. The ability to keep the finger on the pulse, catching the pace of generations, no matter how many times the circumstances get you off the rhythm. For more than 150 years, BACARDÍ has proved for many times that no one can be suppressed and destroy this rhythm. Raised by Cuba. BACARDÍ supported and created new ideas, helping of the development of Cuba. And this is why BACARDÍ Quattro is an example how to please the past and brings a new groove at the present time. And this is the first and the main part of how to create the groovy. The next part presents the body of the drink. Kaffir lime leaves brings the freshness to the groovy. The sour comes out of the lime. And we all know that only fresh squeezed lime juice can provide more freshness in our cocktail. Squeeze it.
3 minutes.
A little bit more. Yeah. And finally, bitter, who can get taste of dry spice. So ice. And then I shake, breathe life into the groovy. Ooh, look pretty nice. So guys, I want to say massive thanks to your attention, to your support. And to your groove now. And be groovy with Bacardi. Thank you.
Can we get a big round of applause for Vlad?
Everybody, we're here with Mr. Argentina.
Thank you, sir. Hello, Barney. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
What are we doing? We're getting ready to go on stage?
Getting almost ready. It's like we still have like an hour and a half, but I like to prep everything a little bit earlier and just see if I'm missing something, see if anything been overlooked. But I think we're set.
How many times have you made this drink? How many times have you practiced?
Over the course of the last, let's say, 8 months. Like a lot.
Give me a rough number.
Rough number, more than 4,000 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're pretty prepared.
Yeah. Thank God.
How's the competition been so far? Like you've been here 2 days, 3 days now?
I've been here 4. We actually arrived 1 day earlier, and it was just perfect. The 4th day of the competition, it takes a toll because it's a long trip to coming over from Argentina, but it's so exhilarating once you get here. It's like all the courses, the well-being status, and the energy and the vibe around here is so welcoming. So it doesn't feel at all like you're, I don't know, working away from home or away from the bar. So it's actually really, really good.
Cool. So if anyone's looking at home now watching, do you want to say hello to anyone?
I want to say hello to everyone that's supported me for the past months and for my entire life. And I just want to say that I love you all of you. I love all of you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.
Oh, thank you,
stay tuned. We'll be right back on stage with the next bartender making their drink. Cheers.
Cheerio.
Thanks, Ray.
I want my legacy cocktail, Photon, to be part of the rum revolution, to travel the world with the energy of tiny particles of light.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sergei Zlatodev. It's a high honor to be here with you today and be a part of BACARDÍ Legacy Global Cocktail Competition 2019. I'm currently working at the tiki bar Make Tiki King in Minsk. So rum and rum cocktail have become a passion of my life. We all happen to be kind of researchers, observers, and scientists. We strive to learn the world, improve and make it better. The best of us may become lucky. Do you know that over the last century, science has made a big breakthrough? Just imagine, just 2 centuries ago, we had no electricity. And sadly, there was no quality rum around. We all recall that glorious day when Don Facundo Bacardi, who founded the drink and revolutionized the drinking culture, managed to bring a beacon of light to this gloomy and moody world. He created a drink that went global and spread across to the world like light, a beam of particle with certain energy and charge. I'm here in burst of you, happiness and joy. Thank you to BACARDÍ Legacy. There is really awesome that each of us here today is a particle of BACARDÍ Legacy light. That light that will keep on shining until we do what we're doing, love what we love, until we love rum. Here comes a question. What is the elementary particle of light? That's true. Photon. Sounds good, doesn't it? For this reason, I borrowed the name of my cocktail. I was stunned with this idea, which really inspired me, and I would love to share it with you today. Since the war inspection, Don Facundo planned a great important to production a light rum. As soon as the company became a market leader in this segment, like elementary particle, Bacardi rum, at fear of cocktail era, became an essential part of the bar, a main ingredient of cocktails, and best friends from all bartenders from China to Peru.
Three minutes.
Today, the light of Bacardi rum is people from the entire globe united into one big friendly family, where each photon is ready to help one another. When I showed up on BACARDÍ Legacy stage, I also felt belonging to this light. My cocktail is heading to the future, accompanied with traditions and modern brand experiments. Bacardi Carta Blanca as a model of light rum, with a mild and pure taste, an ideal ingredient for a classical cocktail. It combines the sweetness of cocoa, smokiness of a summer bonfire of mezcal, and spice of mint with freshness of lime. Whoa! My cocktail was turned out to be a bit spicy, sweet and sour, with a large taste and rum scent, smoked chocolate and citrus. Some mint.
1 minute.
Here comes a cocktail which I prepared for you that will spread worldwide to the speed of light and legacy energy. This is my legacy, Photon Cocktail. Welcome and enjoy. Thank you.
Well done, Sergey. Please.
Cool. Hey everybody, I'm in the interview room with Joy, who was a brand ambassador. Now you are a, what's your job now?
My role now is activation manager, but I think ambassador for life.
Ambassador for life.
Ambassador
Once
for
an ambassador, always an ambassador.
Definitely, definitely.
So we're in your hometown, home city.
Welcome to Amsterdam.
Thanks. So you were Eric's brand ambassador when he won.
Indeed.
I was stood pretty much next to you when it was announced.
Yeah.
And you lost your mind.
You remember what you said to me?
Yeah, of course. Of course. We can't
You
say.
said, you said that I cried.
Yeah. You
But
did
I
cry.
didn't. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did cry. Anyway, you totally did. There's video somewhere. So what does it mean having Bacardi Legacy in Amsterdam for you?
It's amazing. For a small city as Amsterdam is, it's one of the best things that that could have happened. Like with this Bacardi Legacy competition being this big and growing exponentially, it's amazing. It's amazing to have you guys here and all finalists to see what Amsterdam is about.
And what did Eric winning mean for you as the brand ambassador?
Man, it was an unreal.
Other than crying.
Other than crying, it was an unreal a moment in that time. But it meant for me that the hard work that he put in and the effort that I've put in, but basically supporting him, paid out. So hard work pays off for everybody that is competing.
Yeah. So I mean, Eric's been traveling around. How important is it for like the bartenders in this city now to have someone like Eric talking about it and like his little insights?
Yeah, you see that like kind of everybody knows that Eric was not a bartender for that long. So he started when he won it, he was a bartender for two and a half years. So that's big. That's a big boost for bartenders that are just starting and that are talented and that are willing to go into this industry. So it's a big yes to everybody that wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, yeah, thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate it. We'll probably see you floating
Cheers,
around the next couple of days in the grand final.
With a drink in my hand, probably.
Oh, always. Thanks, bro. Sit tight, guys. We've got a video for you now of with Eric in it. With Eric in it, right?
Me in it, Eric in it.
No, it's the Eric video. You're not in this one. You've had enough videos. The video we've got next is one of Eric of what it takes to win Bacardi Legacy. Bacardi Legacy is a quest to create a new legendary classic cocktail. So what exactly does it take to win? Stage presentation. Making a great cocktail is a performance, and the best bartenders have this nailed. The bartenders have to make 2 of their cocktails for the judges to taste, at the same time showing off their bartending style and explaining their drink. Ingredients. The drink must be something that can be made all over the world. So if the exotic ginseng root can't be bought in Italy, it's a no-go. To To keep it simple, the Legacy cocktail also can't have more than 6 ingredients. Originality. There's variations on originals, and then there's drinks that have a new approach or a compelling story and stand out as really unique. Judges are looking out for exactly these drinks that are memorable and can become an established classic. Promotion. A separate panel of judges will judge them on how well they have promoted their cocktail creations. This behind-the-scenes presentation makes for a whopping third of the overall score for each bartender, so it's a big deal. The final drink. Now here's where most of the points are gained. The balance of the drink, how it looks, smells and tastes. And of course, how it showcases its main ingredient of BACARDÍ rum to create something out of this world.
To me, legacy is wisdom from a previous generation, which becomes our gift to the next generation. I've had the honor to learn from a lot of wise men. Their knowledge helped me to create my legacy, my wisdom.
Legacy. It's like a whisper in your ear. Legacy. A strong word what can actually change the world. My name is Alex Oehler, and I'm representing Austria. 5 years ago, I started my bartender career from the small farm of my father in Südtirol. It's my mysterious home country with a lot of woods, mountains, and cows. From there, I moved to Vienna, where I'm living now. I was 18, and it wasn't easy, but I made my way. And today, I'm standing here in front of you, and I just want to say thank you for the opportunities, and thanks to everybody who helped me during my way. In Vienna, I heard the first time about the Bacardi Legacy. Bacardi I knew already, because it also found its way to the high mountains of Südtirol. But legacy, this word, it was like a whisper in my ear. I knew that it had to have a deeper meaning, but I wasn't sure. And then I read about a student who asked his master, "What is legacy?" And he said, "It's like growing a garden you will never see." 1862, around 160 years ago, Facundo Bacardi started to grow a vision. And the Bacardi family is still keeping his legacy alive, of always thinking forward, never give up, and always try to make something better. And around 30 years ago, the Bacardi family had another vision, a vision for a rum. And today, I'm holding their legacy in my hand, the Bacardi Ocho. Nicely rounded, full-bodied, apricot flavors. Delicious. Trees 8 up to 10 years aging is getting some vanilla notes, so I'm using a little bit of Licor 43, a Spanish herb vanilla liqueur. Schlagobers, that's how we call cream in Vienna.
Yeah, we understand.
Good, good.
We know.
A bit of sugar for the body. And an egg yolk. Should never miss in a drink. Fresh from the Alps, exactly. In the end, just a bit of coffee. The Viennese coffee culture inspired me to crack the coffee into the drink. And it keeps the legacy awake.
3 minutes.
Thank you. So I started to think about myself, what vision I have, what legacy I want to grow. But that were actually two little thoughts. What can all of us do for the next generation to create the better future? And now, please, just look to your left and to your right neighbor. What can we create? What can we make better? And in my opinion, we have to stick with our human values of equality, love, and respect. So I'm just grateful to be part of this competition. Because of this, I got to know so many new people. I went into schools and inspired the next generation of bartenders to join the Bacardi family. I traveled around. And my knowledge turned into my wisdom. And all of these because of you, Bacardi.
One minute.
Thank you. And now in the end, I just want to thank all the people in my life who helped me to grow. Because with them, I created my legacy, my wisdom. Enjoy.
Hi guys, welcome back. I'm joined here by the beautiful Anya, who is our co-host of the main stage. I actually met Anya in 2016 when she was on the global stages there. I mean, what's happened ever since?
Oh, what hasn't happened? Okay, so I was in the global finals in 2016, went to San Francisco. I was living in Amsterdam at the time, opened W Hotel. And after that, I have gone on a bit of a journey. I lived in Indonesia. I'm now back in Indonesia. I was in the Philippines for a while. I sailed a yacht around Philippines for 4 months. Been in Hong Kong, a year in New York, and around and about, and back here I am.
Amazing. I'm guessing you've been asked to judge quite a few times. I mean, it seems like the thing that's, we get asked to do once we've been through it ourselves. What do you look for in like the perfect drink?
So when I'm judging legacy, obviously, I think one of the things that you start to think about is like, who are the past winners, and finding something new and interesting for the current year. So other than that, it's really balance, flavor. Personally, I'm super into savory drinks at the moment, so I've got a little soft spot for that. But whether it be a stirred down drink or a sour drink, really balance is that main component that I'm looking for.
Have you actually tried any of the drinks downstairs yet?
I have tried the Pink Me Up, but that's because I judged the Thailand finals this year.
That's absolutely amazing. But you were actually representing Netherlands in 2016, weren't you?
Yeah. So it was actually back then, it was 3 countries, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. It was amazing. Such a cool country to represent, and I felt so honoured to be waving the flag.
It is a cool country indeed. Well, you can check it out for yourself watching this video.
Welcome to Amsterdam!
Amsterdam has so much to offer. Food, bars, you have the canals, you have the small streets.
There's something for everybody. I think with the sun out as well, it's the most beautiful city in the world. Riding the bike, you can go wherever you want to go. People really feel free on the bike. One of the typical Dutch snacks is the stroopwafel. Very hard to pronounce maybe. It's actually a biscuit with syrup inside. Something typical Dutch as well is kroketjes. Kroketjes are the ones that you can take out of the bowl. Very crispy on the outside with meat and all other stuff on the inside.
My favorite bar is Bar for Joa. The drinks are amazing, but also it's really chilled out, really urban. Bar 27 is a really, really pretty and really good cocktail bar.
It's also the bar where the Legacy winner, Erik van Beek, works. The cocktails are amazing.
BACARDÍ Legacy has been around for so long, and now it's in our little city, Amsterdam. Super exciting. Get another drink?
I love another drink.
Whoop, whoop.
Ocho Maneiras means every opportunity presents more than one option. By keeping an open mind, you open the door to many new possibilities.
My name is Tom Oliveira. I'm from Brazil and so honored in sharing my cocktail, Ocho Maneiras, with you today. Because Ocho Maneiras is not just a drink. It's those a do hair are de diferentes maneiras. Ocho maneiras to look at life. When you go to a bar, you'll drink about to release drink has created. Then, how do menu? Of course, don't. Usually, then create and have the drink. Is can you create the drink a soul? And how? How can you create the soul of a drink? Well, I still don't have the ultimate answer for that, but I have to say the soul of Ocho Maneiras was born. The heart of Ocho Maneiras is the BACARDÍ Reserva Ocho, and the fine and craft run, matured in an oak barrel for 8 years. Can you imagine? Can you remember where exactly 8 years ago? Well, I do. I was in my hometown, São Paulo, the biggest city in Brazil. And as career, hard times, well, I'm present the text, okay? I'm so excited, and my cocktail is Martini Extra Dry and science speaks. I like the ocean impacting in my life. The ocean, it's sea, and flavors and nature, flavors and Saint-Germain in my cocktail. The sea is salt solution in Ocho Maneiras. And orange bitter. Smell. And Evers. I like to serve 8 maneiras with a clear ice to preserve the texture. And fine orange peel to bring that citrus taste of Brazil. Cheers.
Big round of
Hey everybody, we're down here in the bar. We're surrounded by bartenders drinking cocktails and sampling all the other bartenders from around the world's drinks. Who have we just had in this session?
So we have just had Switzerland, Ukraine, Belarus, Austria and Brazil, and it's absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, down here is getting a bit crazy. The cocktails are flowing, everyone's having a good time. Up next, for the final round of the day, we have Canada, Colombia, Australia, Argentina and Mexico. So, hey, bartenders!
Say hi!
Say hi! Stay tuned. Yeah, that was weak. Bartenders!
One more! There you go!
Stay
There you
tuned.
go.
We'll see you after the break for the first bartender on stage, which is Canada. See you soon. Crushing it. Just crushing it. Just absolutely crushing it. Hey everybody, we're back with the man that makes all of the drinks happen here at BACARDÍ Legacy. Please tell everyone who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Ollie. I'm taking care of the competition in terms of competitor prep, and we're trying to get everything together so that each evening we have a wide variety of cool drinks that we'll be serving.
So how many drinks do you make each Legacy? How many drinks are going to get made this week?
Well, that is about the thousands. And I mean, the cool thing is we've got so many drinks from the previous years that we have a Legacy drink every evening. And I mean, in total, I think this week we're going to do around 400 different drinks.
Oh, wow, that's insane. So what are the challenges of doing that many drinks in a city like Amsterdam?
I think probably the biggest challenge we're facing is that we have 43 competitors, and they have this really tough job in creating something quite innovative, but at the same time replicable. So we're looking at over 160 different ingredients that we'll be sourcing for just the competitors alone.
Oh, that's insane. That's insane. So what are the kind of like the challenges that you face doing this on such a scale? For bartenders as well.
Totally. I think everyone is excited and everyone wants to present their bests. And I really love the way that the bartenders put all their energy into their work and how they're able to present themselves without sleeping, with all the information they're getting from all the seminars. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Ollie, thanks so much.
Thanks.
You're doing a great job with the drinks. I've sampled a few. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back with our first bartender on stage. Cheers.
And just like a river ebbs and flows, as do I with stories of my legacy, told through the twists and turns of my river bends, pushing past currents, smoothing sharp edges, and sometimes overbearing so much I'm forced to create a new path, a climate for change. Hello, everyone. My name is Chantal Gabino, and with my creation, Cambiar, a cocktail for change, we've been spreading the power of knowledge and education, created powerful narratives of support around hard topics, and raised funds in an effort to spread the gospel of equality. Essentially, I created a cocktail that encapsulates my two passions in life, bartending and building community. Now, while all the ingredients to Cambiar signify themes of change, today I'll share the memories that have shaped my palate, garnered my passion for hospitality, and fostered my openness to change. So let's hashtag make a Cambiar, shall we? Amazing. When confronted with change, one can choose to resist it. Simple syrup. Simple, isn't it? To resist change, especially as a kid. My mother told me when I was about 3, she introduced me to escargot, and I consider this the birth of my palate. Stubbornly, I demanded the dish at every occasion. Anywhere we went, escargot. Anytime she cooked, escargot. But obviously, things needed to change. But when you like something just the way it is, it's hard to consider changing it. But this simple ingredient is rum at its infancy. And had it not been for Don Facundo's revolutionary changes made to the process, I don't believe we'd be enjoying the same beautiful Bacardi rums we know and love today. When confronted with change, one can choose to deny it. Amontillado. My mother raised me as a single parent, often working many jobs, and I remember there was a time that she waitressed at a steakhouse. When she couldn't find a babysitter, I'd go with her and entertain myself, and this is how I was first introduced to wine. Endlessly curious about that luscious liquid, she allowed me to try my first sip. I spat it out, certain I would never enjoy this flavor in my life, but a fortified wine like Amontillado rounds out and adds a luscious fruit to Cambiar as a hat tip to Don Facundo and his brother's humble beginnings to Spain, and represents the matured counterpart to my next ingredient. When confronted with change, one can choose to navigate it. Verjus. In recent years, I've been exploring alternatives to ingredients in an effort to lighten my ecological footprint. I've created rooftop gardens and started an apiary with hives named after Wu-Tang Clan members like Jizza and ODB. I've explored seasonality, which is how I stumbled upon Verjus, a grape at its infancy plucked by the winemaker to thin the vines just as the crop begins to ripen. Verjus, often found in kitchens, is a softer way of imparting acid into a cocktail while resisting the temptation to use traditional citrus. When confronted with change, one can choose to adapt. Peach bitters. One of my favorite seasons for fruit has always been the fall, although recently I found out I'm now allergic to drupes. That includes peaches, plums, cherries, berries, all of my favorites. And the only way I can still enjoy these flavors today is by blending these beautiful combination of ingredients together with bitters. I'm able to accentuate the flavors I can no longer enjoy, like the apricot and prune tucked away in my next ingredient. When confronted with change, one can choose to embrace it. I remain inspired by Bacardi's ability to embrace change. I was surprised by the lengths that they went to combat poor labor practice, embrace ethical, economical, and environmental sustainability, true examples of positive and effective change. This already delicious tasting liquid has somehow managed to taste even better, knowing that the soul of it sets an unparalleled standard. Speaking of soul, I was born by the river in a little tent. Whoa, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Whoa, yes it will. It's been too hard living, so now I'm gonna try the drink. Delicious. As I finish off this drink with lemon rind, I want to take a moment to reflect on my Bacardi Legacy journey. As you can tell, I've always had an appetite for change. The type of change that challenges status quo, is concerned with the life and quality of life of others, change that builds foundations of knowledge and support. That is what inspired Cambiar. I not only wanted to create a cocktail that could unite us all under one message, I wanted to be able to create a cocktail that told an evolution of change with its ingredients, and to send one clear message. That message is that change is possible, and real legacies are built when we embrace it. Thank you.
Hey everybody, so we're back here with Canada. Congratulations, that was a great performance.
Thank you so much. I really nerve-wracking, obviously, but I feel really good. I'm sweaty and I have like some serious upper lip sweat happening right now, which is usually the first thing to go. So I'm happy I get to squeegee it off and move on to the next round.
Nice. We heard the room go pretty wild from back here. Was a good response?
That's usually the goal, you know? Try and wow and dazzle and jazz fingers it up.
Yeah. So who's watching back home right now?
I have my entire Drake family, my boyfriend, hi Nav, and obviously my dog, and all of Canada is really supporting me, and I genuinely am so thankful because I never would have been able to do this without every single wonderful industry person that helped pave the way for me.
That's amazing. Well, you're well overdue a well-deserved daiquiri.
I think so. Maybe a shot of Ocho as well.
Oh, too early for that. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be right back on stage with the next bartender. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
BACARDÍ Legacy is a quest to create a new legendary classic cocktail. So what exactly does it take to win? Stage presentation. Making a great cocktail is a performance, and the best bartenders have this nailed. The bartenders have to make 2 of their cocktails for the judges to taste, at the same time showing off their bartending style and explaining their drink. Ingredients. The drink must be something that can be made all over the world. So if the exotic ginseng root can't be bought in Italy, it's a no-go. To keep it simple, the Legacy cocktail also can't have more than 6 ingredients. Originality. There's variations on originals, and then there's drinks that have a new approach or a compelling story and stand out as really unique. Judges are looking out for exactly these drinks that are memorable and can become an established classic. Promotion. A separate panel of judges will judge them on how well they have promoted their cocktail creations. This behind-the-scenes presentation makes for a whopping 1/3 of the overall score for each bartender, so it's a big deal. The final drink. Now here's where most of the points are gained. The balance of the drink, how it looks, smells and tastes. And of course, how it showcases its main ingredient of Bacardi rum to create something out of this world.
Primero was inspired by those unique and special moments in life. A kiss, a hug, when you laugh, when you lose or win. All those ephemeral moments that make you who you are.
My English is not very good looking like me. Okay, but I'm really proud to introduce you a ephemeral cocktail. My dream, my identity, my country, and my legacy. Okay, but what is ephemeral? Ephemeral is not the end of something. Ephemeral, it's a brief moment that stays, that use with us of the rest of our lives. Okay? Yes. Let me you give an example. The first time you taste a daiquiri cocktail, yes, or te tengo cariño, or venceremos, for good or bad, it's a brief moment that changes our lives. Okay. Give me you another example. When a stranger smiles back at you, or no? Yes? Like hugging someone. Like hugging someone when they are going away. And the perfume that makes you think and someone. This moment is ephemeral. This cocktail you tried today and still are making echo in your memory. Yes, it's ephemeral. Applause. Thanks. Okay. Let me assure you, at this moment, something you will not forget easily. And the rum, BACARDÍ 8, the Legacy, like a drum of rum that in short moment has inspired so many events. 50 ml. Okay. 50 ml. Yes. And vermouth. Vermouth rosso. That would mellow these flavors. $25 ml and 25 ml. Yes? I am really proud to represent my nation. It's for me a dream. It's an identity, okay? And the end, the ingredients to represent a nation, a dream, an identity, my legacy. A moment, please. The coffee and chocolate. Yeah. This is Colombia. This is Colombia. It's Colombia. Coffee and chocolate. The true meaning of what Colombia is all about. Okay, and beautiful women. Yeah. It's true. It's true. To the ash. Okay. And coffee. To the ash. Yes? Okay. Company, to me, applause, please. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. This is my legacy.
13 seconds.
It's my dream. It's ephemeral cocktail.
5, 2, 1, and leave it. Done. Big round of applause, please.
The Monarch is all about championing the women in our industry. Their legacy has inspired me to create an army of strong women to help spread my message, my cocktail, and my legacy.
My name is Jenna Hemsworth, as Dickie Lovely introduced me as. It's my name. And I'm coming all the way down from Australia. And as New Zealand doesn't have a representative today, I've been strongly insisted by one and only Barney Toy that I also represent them. So I'm doing this for all the Anzacs. So, my cocktail is called the Monarch. And also my journey to getting to where I'm standing right now has been, I know, completely different from the rest of the competitors in Australia, but I also think it might be different from the rest of the competitors around the world. So last September, I was fortunate enough to work my butt off and win one of the most prestigious bartending awards in Australia, besides BACARDÍ Legacy, and that was Australian Bartender of the Year. So the thing that was stuck out because of that was that I was the first female to do so in the 18 years that this competition has been running. And I thought that was a very important thing in my career. And I also thought that as a side perk of winning, I was obviously put in the top 3 for BACARDÍ Legacy. I won that, obviously, because I'm standing here in front of you. So I thought I'd use that platform that BACARDÍ has given me to say something that was important to me, that I was passionate about, and that is gender equality in not only the hospitality industry, but in any industry in general. I'm really happy we've got 2 lady judges here as well. It's really, thank you. And I'm really excited that we've got 9 female competitors as well, which is an amazing, amazing proportion. So, yeah. So that was my journey. That tied into the BACARDÍ family as Amalia Moreau, as we know. I'm sure it was at the time that BACARDÍ was being founded. She was on Don Facundo's shoulder, making all the little adjustments and making sure that things got done, with her most influential and famous signature from the brand, giving us the BACARDÍ bat logo. So what I wanted to do was get everyone here to think of an influential woman in their life. In Australia, it's still Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day, Mum. I'll be home soon, hopefully. And please think of what they've done for you in their life and what they've given you and the inspiration that they've done, provided in your life. So now that we're thinking about the queens in their life, what does every queen need? Rum. I heard crown. Yes, you are correct. I was going to be like, no, you're all wrong. A crown. So please indulge me while I have my queen moment for the next 3 minutes. You can't stop me. And crown myself. Yes. And let's make my drink. So I chose BACARDÍ Casablanca as the base for my cocktail, as I thought, firstly, the ingredients I'm using went well with the flavor profile, but also because I felt it appeals to the broadest flavor demographic of people. Rum drinks, I found my favorites are the ones that are light, fruity, refreshing, and can be drunk in any bar anywhere in the world. It could be not out of place in a fancy cocktail bar, or a dive bar, a pub, or at home. So I've got 90 mils of BACARDÍ in there, so 45 mils in each drink. Beautiful. To supplement that, I'm going to use a beautiful herbal liqueur, which is going to add some honey notes, some spiciness, and some all-round sweetness to the drink. Any guesses what that is? Because I'm a Bacardi girl, it's Dom Benedictine. 15 mils in each drink there, and that's all we need for the sweetness. Because the next ingredient, which was inspired by the monarch in my life, my mum again, because she's watching, she will kill me if I don't say this. Growing up, she always would put a mandarin in my lunchbox. And that smell has given me the biggest memory kind of trigger for happiness and for growing up and for family. So 30 mils of mandarin juice goes in here. And it's an ingredient I think everyone's got such an emotional connection to. Like there's that one ingredient which just takes you back. That's that for me. I'm also going to use the peel, as those citrus oils really, really influence the mouthfeel there and bring out that oily texture of the drink. As with any good rum cocktail, it needs a big hit of lime. 20 mils in each drink there, and that really just rounds it out, gives it that bright, lively acidity, and makes all the children play nicely together. Comes to the second ingredient, basil. My grandma grew this in her front garden, so every time I think of basil, I think of being in her front garden, playing and getting yelled at for climbing trees, because it's what I did, and I like to eat them. So, that's what and why. This is how. I just had the funniest image there of a girl in a dress with a thick Australian accent and a crown, wearing her Doc Martens with cat shoes, just as the epitome of my legacy right now. So, well, heaps of time. So, if I'm standing in the perfect position right now, every bartender worth their bar blade knows what these cocktail glasses were shaped after. Another little nod to the feminine form there, but thanks to another monarch in our life, Marie Antoinette, we've got these beautiful coupettes. But they also allow for that wide aperture to get the most of the, the aroma of the drink there. And then, for every cocktail needs a crown, every cocktail needs a garnish. I've got two little basil crowns here. So I present to you guys the monarch.
Hey everybody, we've got an amazing, amazing guest right now. We've got Mr. Juan Conado from, you're everywhere now, you're the States. Where do you look after?
Hi Barney, how are you? Aren't you going to make me a daiquiri this year?
Not this year.
Oh,
I spilled
okay.
it last year.
Well, Barney, I cover the whole US, and basically I consult and help with Tokyo, Canada, Mexico, Spain, wherever they need help, I'll be there, that's doing the Bacardi job.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So you've been doing this for 12 years now? Is that correct?
Almost 12. You're right.
12. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm putting an extra year on there. Sorry.
It's all right.
How has rum and Bacardi changed in that time?
Well, the category globally has grown the past few years. Absolutely, there's no doubt. And, we've been putting a lot of tools into place to make these changes happen. At Bacardi, for example, we have expanded our line of premium rums. Not that we haven't been making these amazing rums before, but we've been able to put them out to the markets and, showcase the beauty of our maestros de rum, sending out rums such like Cuatro, Ocho, Diez. And the impact has been amazing. If you look around globally, Bacardi 80 is everywhere. His bartenders they love it. They have embraced it. They have take that rum into the repertoire of cocktails, and that has definitely made the changes. For example, the Legacy is our tool, and that's the way we impact great creative artists, bartenders, to come up with concoctions like beautiful cocktails. But the mixability of these rums and all the rums that we haven't been able to put out in the market has made the difference. The category has expanded. It is huge right now. Rum is in fashion again, and Bacardi has done a great job. We're like definitely the pioneers at this.
Yeah. So on rum, give me your favorite rum cocktail.
Ooh, wow. I've been drinking a lot of air mails this year.
Oh,
so,
nice. The air mail's coming back.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. The air mail's coming back.
Yeah. So, when we get some Manuka honey from your land, we can make amazing ones. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So the air mail it's been that refreshing cocktail that I've been enjoying this year a lot. So
that's awesome.
Yes.
Hey, well, thank you so much for taking the time talking to us. I know you're a busy man, and I'll see you over the next couple of days. We'll share an air mail, hopefully.
Absolutely. And you owe me a daiquiri. Don't forget that.
I'll make you a daiquiri, but it's not on camera.
Please. Thank you, Barney.
No worries. Stay tight, guys. We'll be right back with our next bartender on stage. We're getting close to the end of the first day, which is getting super exciting. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, everybody. We're here with Miss Australia,
Hi.
Jenna. So you took that right to the edge.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
Yes. Everything I did was on purpose for a reason. No, I mean, Loy and I, my BA, went over a bit of timing. I always go on not knowing what the hell's going to come out of my mouth. But we want to kind of reel that craziness in and kind of have a time, like set times of when I needed to do the busy work. So I think I did okay.
Did you enjoy it?
I had the most fun ever. Did you see me out there? I was loving it. I love talking in front of people presenting. So it was an absolute dream to be able to do that, to show everyone around the world. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
So what's next now? Daiquiri?
Responsibly, yes.
Amazing. Well, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Sit tight. We'll be back soon. Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you.
Positive spin.
Positive spin.
Positive spin.
I'm here to tell you about the greatest discovery we ever made. Fuego. We must all unleash our inner flame at least once. Who hasn't played with fire? Friends, brothers, sisters, family. My name is Santiago Elkin, and I stand here before you to represent Dogs Bar and Argentina itself. I want to tell you that I stand here with a fiery passion, a passion that all of us together carry within ourselves. But when we stand together in the same room, it feels like an explosion. I want to tell you about the greatest discovery we ever made, since we descended from our first branches till the moment we cut down the oak to age our rum. It's in 1862, when Don Facundo BACARDÍ Massó chose to follow its heart and leave generations to come a part of its legacy and its inner flame. Fuego. It's something that all of us possess, something that all people that love their profession take with them every single day of their lives. But since humanity has started to dominate fire, there's been only one major problem: how to ignite it. Bacardí is a story of fire, earthquakes, prohibition, and accidents. In 1880, the darkest year of our rum, Emilio Bacardí knew how to reinvent oneself, conserving that passion. For all great flames need to be kindled with work, sweat, and love. Bacardí and their family are not foreign to hard work, to reinventing oneself no matter how perilous the obstacle might be. Just like a phoenix that dies in this element only to become more beautiful and more perfect. We begin the cocktail of Bacardí 8 years Gran Reserva. Since 1995, a reflection of the hard work forged for the future. Aged in oak barrels selected specifically to be charred and leave imprinted in their wood all the knowledge of our masters of rum. We're going to use 45 milliliters for each cocktail. We continue with Martini Extra Dry Vermouth. Its notes of apples, wood, and citric balance will revamp our flame. And we're going to use 15 milliliters for each cocktail. We continue with Malbec wine, which is our legacy and knowledge to the world. What defines us as Argentinians. Eternal standard of the size of our beating hearts. And we're going to use 2.5 milliliters or 1 bar spoon for each cocktail. Spiced up simple syrup will continue next, which will represent the eternal flame and the fire that will never be extinguished. And we're going to use 5 milliliters or 2 bar spoons for each cocktail. Lemon represents courage and the audacity to pursue our dreams. And we're going to use 2.5 milliliters or 1 bar spoon for each cocktail. To finish it up, a drop of Tabasco, the spark necessary to ignite this flame ablaze and unify all flavors. For every great fire begins with a tiny spark. Speaking about fire, I cannot forget about water. Stirring up a cocktail with lemon will make our legacy eternal. Beautiful sound. Thank you. I want to ask you something. Who hasn't played with fire? Who chooses to alienate from people with valor and conviction? Eric Van Beek told us that in a world so vast, busy, and mad, we need cariño. Juan Quijano, the last winner from Argentina, reminds us every day that courage comes from within ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I came here to tell you that the fuego that you carry within yourselves will never be extinguished as long as you stand together. Ladies and gentlemen, I came here to tell you that there's fuego in all of us. I can't recall a more pleasant moment than a group of people gathered around a flame. And I want to tell you that we found a way to negate darkness, to write our first words to the world, our drawings to life, and our kindness to people. Every human must feel the fire at its fingertips, at least once. Every human must unleash its inner flame, at least once, for the fear of burning up cannot outweigh the fear of extinguishing. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my passion. And as Don Facundo BACARDÍ itself, today and always, I want to leave you my fuego. Today, as a family, all gathered around a flame, I invite you to the heat of my heart.
Hey everybody, so we're here with like two of my my favorite people to interview, I guess. It's Team Ireland. Yeah, or Little Rock as you guys call it.
Little Rock, all the way.
So you've just done your campaign?
Yes,
How was that?
It was great, thankfully. I'm actually a bit more relieved of it now, but yeah, it was pretty scary, obviously daunting thinking of going into it. Went in, just chatting amongst friends, told them what I've done for the last 6 months, so it was, you swear it was smashed it.
So we should have introduced, this is Stevie who's representing Ireland, and this is Darren, his BA. So me and Darren actually go way back. He actually represented New Zealand 2 years ago in Berlin.
Yep.
And now he's the BA for Ireland, brand ambassador for Ireland. How is it having an ex-competitor BA helping you through this?
It's good. I think I get best of both worlds. Like, he's been here before. He knows the stresses, the little ins and outs. But also, it's my legacy, not his.
It's my legacy.
That's it. Yeah. No. He's absolutely been great, and I don't think I could have asked for a better ambassador, to be honest. So.
Oh, stuff at you guys.
Yeah.
So nice. Darren, so what's it like being going from Auckland to back to Dublin, and why do Ireland always do so well in this competition?
I think the reason Irish people do well in this competition and Ireland in general is the passion that everyone in that country has about everything. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen Irish people passionate about stamps. You know what I mean? It's not your stamp, it's mine. But they really do care about the industry that they're in, especially hospitality, looking after people. It's in the Irish nature, and I think it just, on a stage like this, it gets amplified, and everyone can associate with it. Yeah. So I think that's why they do well.
We're a great bunch of lads. That's what we are.
And ladies.
We're passionate, and ladies, obviously.
We've got you've got some great people in the past from Ireland. You've got, Conor Myers is a good friend of yours, right?
He is, yeah. He's been on to me. He's given me little do's and don'ts and whatnot. But yeah, he's always been great, and he's such a support, and he's doing so good in New York now. So
every time I've ever been over to Dublin and Ireland in general, you get to see the fact that everyone generally does have everyone's back. There's no competition within the competition. There's banter, and there's you're going to mess it up, you're going to forget the room, you're going to drop something, but it's always a good community. Yeah. Is that like day to day in the bar community over there as well? Like Irish bartenders just literally kind of want to see each other do well?
Oh, massively, yeah. Cass Cork have been really good to me, and I'm from Dublin, so it's always been the rebel county, which is which was the main city. Nah, it's Dublin, but they've always helped me, and we've helped them, and it's just been great. This is the best little city and country in the world, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think a big part of that as well is the fact that most of the bartenders work together at EP, so they spend 3 days in a field slinging out mojitos, shoulder to shoulder for 16 hours a day. So they have a camaraderie and they are family, you know what I mean? They are brothers and sisters at the end of the week because, you know, they've pretty much lived in each other's trousers for the whole time because it's that close.
I think the good thing, I've seen like four legacies now. You've been to this two?
This is my second
one. And you see that kind of like the Irish team when they come over, I think, especially because Amsterdam's so close to Dublin. How many people you got rolling over the next couple of days?
Oh, I think it's over 20 plus probably. They're all, Abdullah arrived today and they're like, where are we going? We're going for drinks. It's like, oh, no, leave me alone. I'll see you later on.
Awesome. Well,
great.
You're going to be on stage tomorrow, so I'll let you go and have a chill and decompress with Darren. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Barney.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks, bud.
Mate, it's great to see you. Great to see you on
my dude.
stage.
You too.
Darren, great to see you again.
Cheers, man.
Oh, good. Up next, on stage, we have Mexico. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
My romantic interpretation of Facundo Bacardi's inspiration to make a room with floral notes. The best gift a human could give to the world.
Instagram has become one of the most popular social networks among bartenders and Bacardi drinkers. With 875 million users this year, 95 million images are uploaded per day. Say cheese. Cheese. One more. I am Miguel Bolaños from Dry Martini by Javier de las Molas, Mexico, and I cannot create a legacy alone, which is why I generated a perfect picture cocktail so people can photograph it and create this legacy with me. Instagram, as its name says, intends to capture instant moments, which is paradoxical because the more we snap, the less we remember. At least that's what psychologists have said lately. I believe we can do both. I'm an idealist. Most contestants today are more like a salesman. I am more of a poet. And once, another poet told me, capture every moment or you'll miss it. He did not refer to a smartphone picture, I am sure. However, one day, I was preparing for Legacy Mexico when a friend snapped a picture of my cocktail from the top. We stood in awe together. The roundness of the coupette and the shape of the bubbles was beautiful. It looked like the moon. That moment was captured and turned into my campaign signature picture. Since then, I realized people wanted to replicate that photograph, and that was excuse enough to ask for my drink. It's an Instagrammable drink. And we know how much people are willing to do for a nice picture. The nice thing is that once you have a drink, even if you take its picture, you tend to drink it slowly and talks to others. The result comes in, ain't it? Conversation. So this cocktail looks like the moon. Luna is moon in Spanish. Flor de Luna is my cocktail. Flor means flower. The flowers in my cocktail come from the ephemeral elderflower in Saint Germain. Moonflower could be the translation. So let me tell you about the moon. There are many stories about it. Dutch people might like the one that says it's made out of cheese, but in Mexico we have another theory. In our ancient culture's mythology, one day, one of the mightiest Aztec gods, Quetzalcoatl, was strolling around the world. He was hungry. In his path, he found a rabbit. "What are you eating, friend?" he asked. "Grass." The rabbit replied. Quetzalcoatl was distraught. "Oh, I cannot eat grass, and I am so hungry." The rabbit paused for a moment and then offered him, "I am only a rabbit, but you can eat me if you want." The deity, instead of eating the small animal, lifted the rabbit up in the air. "You may only be a rabbit, but I will make sure everyone remembers you." He held the rabbit for a moment. There, he pointed at the moon. "Your image imprinted with light." Ever since, we have the image of the rabbit in the moon, the first photograph in the history. Quetzalcoatl beat Louis Daguerre to it. I really like this story because, according to a great Mexican historian, the rabbit is a symbol of spirit fermentation. the story of the first photograph was, in a way, also a drinking story. So let's make this cocktail. 7.5 milliliters of lemon juice to frame the flavors in a typical Mexican taste. 15 milliliters of Saint Germain. Now, everyone talks about sustainability. Let's get even more idealistic. 30 milliliters of aloe vera, which increases the productivity and quality of soil. So let me pause to tell you a story. In the first bar I work in, the owner had a small tiger. Yes, you hear right, a tiger. And I was hired to walk it and feed it, your regular bartender job. Cute kitty at first, but it grew up. Picture an adult tiger roaming in this cage, powerful, wild, but cage. I asked the owner to liberate it. He said he wouldn't. I could see him suffer like that. BACARDÍ Carta Blanca is a tiger in our family. It has been caged in a long drinks for a long time. I cannot live with that. So let's liberate it. 45 milliliters of BACARDÍ Carta Blanca, of wildness. Hija. And we refresh its meaning. I present to you the cocktail the 4 billion cameras in the world will want photographed. One more, one floor for a more likes. Judges, Flor de Luna, come shoot the moon.
The first thing that attracted me to bartending was getting the opportunity to express oneself. I tried to be as creative as possible. I tried all kinds of things. Ended up at yogurt. Glad I stood by it because it panned out at the end.
It's all about inspiration. It can be a moment in your lifetime which is going to inspire you to create that new drink. My drink is quite easy to replicate. It has all the elements of the old-fashioned, a nice measure of Bacardi Ocho, a bit of dry sherry, a touch of Earl Grey syrup, and a bit of sherry vinegar.
Winning Legacy for me changed my life in a way that all of a sudden I am a person that people know.
Legacy did play a massive role. There's so much technique and so much knowledge in bartending.
Now I think I can do anything I set my mind to. Winning Legacy gives you that push in the back saying, hey, you can do this.
Hey everybody, so I'm lucky enough to stand on the stage. I don't have to lucky enough. I mean, I don't have to make a drink, so that's lucky, I guess. And I'm with the judges. Welcome.
Thank you.
You want to quickly just introduce yourself to our guests at home?
How's it going, everybody? My name is Yael Vengroff, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
So how's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan, not from Los Angeles, from Belgium. And yeah, hopefully everyone's doing very well.
I'm Sandra Lawrence from London.
Hi there, this is Thanos Prunarus from Athens, Greece, from Babaram. Yeah, and this is my friend.
Hi. Hi, this is Yao, based out of Shanghai, China.
Cool, so you guys have had a pretty exhausting day of tasting drinks. You seem pretty jolly now. Yeah, the ocho's going on outside. How was it? Was it tough? Was it easy? Was it everything you expected?
I think the level today was very high. Like, first of all, performance-wise, there was a lot of great actors today, because like more of like presenting a drink. It's more about like knowing how the stage works and stuff. And I think like everyone prepared very good. And aside from that, drinks were phenomenal. We had some pretty amazing drinks today, especially yours.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, you're welcome. It's later.
I feel super lucky and fortunate coming from the United States that we're so far away from everything. So to taste like all the unique flavor profiles and different styles of drinks and techniques that we don't really get to see too often was pretty astounding to me.
That's awesome. What about you guys?
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's been a really fun day to see like the passion of all the bartenders, the passion, the empathy, there's very specific styles of ingredients and techniques that are native to where they're from and what they represent. It's been a really good day.
Nice.
It's nice because we've had a real variety of different ingredients, different people, different presentation styles as well. They have been amazing actors, I must say, but in a good way. Yeah. Really theatrical.
I saw a few costume changes on stage.
All sorts of things.
It's amazing. Yeah, that's true. It's amazing how the bar scene, the bartenders are changing, and they changed the last 2-3 years. Like now, they're more. They're like superheroes, something.
Oh, that's
I don't know what's going on.
That's not a good thing.
And I'm saying that with some Thanos, you know.
Haven't you seen the movie?
Awesome.
Don't spoil it.
I think that you guys have got a quiet night tonight because you're back to do it all again tomorrow, correct?
Yes, correct.
So, guys, we're gonna sign off there. We'll be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m., which is 30 minutes earlier. These judges will be back to do it all again. Have you all got a favourite in your head right now? Don't say it. You almost said it. Oh, we almost. Awesome, guys. Thanks for joining us for the live stream. We'll be back tomorrow. See you soon. Thank you.